I did my interview with Kim.
Oh, nice. How was your interview?
Really good. I told some stories that I might ask her to not. And I told the story about you and the pie. And
oh my God.
Okay.
I'm glad that you did, because I was hoping that we would at least spare a few minutes to talk about that day.
Yeah, for sure. Should we open first and
I probably. Yeah. And here's the thing. Let me tell you something else, dude. I don't think we've numbered our spooky-sodes right. I don't know. And it could just be me. I was trying to scroll back through and I was trying to like count them and I was like, this ain't right. I feel like we're missing Spookysode 13. Spookysode 13 is missing. It's like a hotel.
I mean, that would be pretty cool.
Yeah. I was like, oh, I'll be good and like check what Spookysode this is and be like, oh, welcome to Spook, because I never do that shit. And I tried, and now I don't actually know for sure what Spookysode this is. I think 16 by like correct, like by Spotify, but it might be 15. I don't know. Listen, we might have fucked up somewhere.
I have it written as 16. However, I do know that we like just didn't number some of the early ones. We just called it like,
yeah,
the Hat Man or like whatever.
Yeah.
And so it's totally and completely possible. But for right now, let's just call it the listener spooky story time sods. Can we do that? Should we?
Yeah, we should actually take that and make it the title on Spotify. That massive name.
The listener time spooky time. So before we get into what we're doing today, I think we should talk about what we're doing today. And listen, guys, this is a special. This is an event. You're here. We're all here. We're all here and welcome. And we've got an episode purely 100% dedicated to you, the listeners. Well, more so the people who wrote stories in, because that's what we're doing. We're reading.
Yeah, well, someone has to carry the backpack.
Yeah. And before that, we just need to talk about everything that happened between us for 24 hours.
Dude, I've thought back to Friday multiple times, and I'm filled, one, with happiness, but also with questions.
Yes. I'm not sure that hotel was not pumping out weed into the rooms or something.
Or like oxygen. Like there was too much oxygen in the hotel room.
Something was keeping us in a state, and we were not like I had a margarita at lunch when we went to lunch with Corey. I don't know.
That's a whole other part of the day.
Say that, but he's just like, don't tell anyone I met you. I had a margarita, but then like 3 hours later, I'm still acting like a goof. So I don't know what was up.
It was the giddies, man. And but we have to just talk about such good things that came out of our mouths. And I would be remiss if I didn't talk about the one that set it all off in the car. That's what we never recovered from. That was the one that did it, and it set the tone of the day.
It's like, I don't know if this is a saying. I always felt this was a thing people said, but now it's one of those things that, like, as I get older, I'm like, that might not have been a real thing. But we'd always call that having the giggle box knocked over.
Oh, that's cute. I've never heard that before.
You know, it's like you've knocked it over, so all your giggles spill
they're spilling out. Yeah,
and you can't turn it off. You know, so we definitely had the switch was turned on. But go ahead, call me out.
So I will, and then you can try to explain, I guess, why this happened.
I have nothing to say.
And so we are in the car, and we stayed. We got a hotel room. We just fucked off in a hotel room, and it was super fun. And had like a slumber party in a hotel room on Friday night. And we needed snacks for the room, of course. And we rolled up to Walmart, and we were trying to find a parking spot at Walmart.
Well, first of all, we came across a car. This was the appetizer.
I forgot.
Hold on.
Oh my God.
This is the amuse-bouche to the whole
Oh,
thing.
solid reference, dude.
Hey,
Nice
did
job.
you? Yeah. Look, it's gonna.
Wow.
Make sense. OG Friends fan. So we come across this little car parked, and they have, the famous shot for Friends. It's like the promo shot where they're all drinking out of the same milkshake,
And they're on the white background.
Yeah. You know the one. So they had that as their sun visor, like their what is that right? A sun visor? Is that what you call
that's
those?
what I call like the things that keep your car. You put them in your windshield so your car doesn't bake.
Yeah. And so they had that, but because of the way it was sitting, because of just the bends and curves of it all, everyone looked slightly wrong. It just wasn't quite.
Yeah.
correct.
It was weird, and it like warped their faces in very strange spots.
So like Joey didn't have a nose; it was just big eyes,
Yeah.
and then like a mouth with a straw in it. Just shit like that. So Macy was like, "Oh, I gotta get a picture of this." So she gets a picture, but then as she's looking back at the picture, I just hear her go, "Weird." Like it really got you. And you notice in this picture, you notice that not only do they have that as their sun visor, but they have the replica of that as like a little scent hanger from their rearview mirror. So
And it was like it was all correct. It was identical. And they just had it double layered, man. And it just really creeped me out for some reason.
Yeah, it really did get you. And that's what kind of started the teehees, I think.
Yeah.
That led to the mush mouth that led to the rest of the night.
Maybe that was when we slid into the plane.
Yeah. That's
Maybe
when we
that
went
was
to another
when it
dimension.
happened. Yeah. Something about that car wasn't right.
I believe it.
And so we've turned the corner. This is how quickly shit like this and would happen on this day. So we turn away, and Charlie's like looking. She's doing like the head scan for parking spots because we need to park somewhere.
So my mind's preoccupied. Yeah.
Yeah, and we're just having a conversation. I don't exactly remember about what at the time. I don't think it's relevant. And so then it gets to Charlie's just turn to speak. And this pause isn't clear. This is exactly how it was. She just goes, "We need lick."
I don't remember what I was trying to say. I don't remember. But it was one of those where you immediately, you have to acknowledge. You're just like, I heard it. I fucking heard it.
Well, and it was so weird because the "we need" sounded like a proclamation. Like it was going to actually be something important, like a "we need
to
lick."
go to the bank.
And it just came out of nowhere, dude. Oh my gosh. And I personally don't think I recovered from that until 12 in the morning.
I don't think I thought, I definitely haven't thought about that since we left. And that's one of the reasons I think that we truly went to another realm.
It was weird.
That whole trip to the grocery store was strange. I feel like no one could see us but us, like that kind of thing.
Well, I sure hope so.
Oh my God, we were stupid.
The whole time we were just lick.
I feel like we stared at Hot Pockets for like 20 minutes.
And I still didn't go with it either. I didn't roll. I did decide immediately. The one thing I did decide on was that motherfucking pie.
Oh, yeah. Chocolate pie.
Yeah.
By the way.
But like not in the fridge, like from the deli section that's like,
it ended up in the fridge.
It did.
So did you. Oh, man. But yeah, we go back to the hotel room. We found out there's competitive cornhole on like ESPN or something.
That was a good time. That was
sponsored by Bush's Beans.
Sponsored. That felt cosmic. And let me tell you what else felt cosmic. After years of talking about it, it just so happens a night that we are together in a hotel room for shits and gigs, Breaking Dawn Part 2 is on cable.
I forgot. That was a shit show.
It was we and like here's where we caught it. And so I'd never seen it before. I've not seen any of them past the first one. Yeah. And so I don't think you had either.
Oh no. But
neither of us
had
seen this. Yeah, and so that's y'all know the scene if you've seen it. The snowy field that for some reason that scene just takes.
It's 3/4 of the movie.
So, dude, did you ever watch Dragon Ball Z growing up?
Oh, it's a
you know, like when they would do the spirit bomb and it would go for 6 fucking weeks
3
before
episodes,
someone would throw it. That's what it was like. And it just went on and on and on. And it was almost too easy to roast. But I mean, we did it and it felt delicious. But
it was great. But it was just not as satisfying as like being really, you know, sometimes you roast something, you get to be like really clever about what you say.
Like when we were roasting the Weather Channel, that felt sharp.
That was fun.
Yeah, that felt like quippy and like an exercise almost.
But this was like kicking somebody who was already on the floor. Like
it really was low hanging fruit, very very low, rotting on the ground at that point.
Fermented fruit.
Yeah. And but what surprised me the most
was the camera
was
quality?
like the camera quality, kind of like, you know, like the like saturated look of porn.
Yeah.
Like overproduced, like the weird, like overproduced porn.
Yeah.
That's what it looked like. Like the lighting and everything.
That's what it is,
like,
Macy.
Who directed this? That was the quality of the weird, horribly, okay, if they could make CGI look as good as it did in Lord of the Rings in fucking 2000 and goddamn 1 or whatever, why does that wolf, why did Jacob look like an actual shit smear? I don't understand.
And I know it's a meme. I know it's a meme at this point, talking about how creepy it is that Jacob imprinted on the baby. But watching the movie and watching, it's not okay. It's not okay.
Yeah, it's really, it reopened that wound. It re-broke that bone.
Well,
I guess.
I never watched, like, I mean, of course, you know, I've read the book. I knew what happened or whatever. I don't remember this specific line. Maybe I didn't remember it because I read it when I was like a teen. But fucking Jacob walks up to Edward and says something like, I guess I should start calling you Dad.
Yeah, that like that made my stomach just crawl out of me. I wanted to die from it.
I hate it.
Get away from my hot wife.
Don't talk to my hot wife. Anyway.
We were subbing in commentary anyway. It was what else? Oh, we watched WWE SmackDown.
We watched some wrestling.
Yeah, we were out of the loop because we weren't privy to the story, the arcs, which made it a little confusing, but it was a good time.
I know that somebody set a trap, but it worked out the wrong way.
It really did. Yeah. It was a good night.
He stomped on it. The chair.
No.
No, I know. He went over to the chair and you were like,
commentator. You mean the commentator guy? Yeah, I do.
He just stomped all the way through it. None of this makes sense. None of this makes sense. But I think what we're trying to say is we are hardcore WWE fans now.
We were. I was trying to think of the last show. It was Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives, which is what transitions us into the finale.
They're
the
doing
grand
the
finale to this tale. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
And so it was I don't know, it was Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives. He's watching somebody cook stuff, and so one of the things that, like, you could tell that they were famous for, like, you know, it shows the new place and they were like, and they're famous for their bananas Foster. and so we kind of like, we're like, you know what? we both were like, I've always wanted to try a bananas Foster. I don't really know what a bananas Foster is.
How does it work?
And so let me rewind just a little. So I bought this pie.
Back to the pie.
I didn't get any utensils because I assumed, because it was a chocolate fudge pie, that it would be kind of firm, you know, a little firm.
A film on top.
You know, something. And we had no utensils. And so we kind of thought takeout would come with utensils, but it didn't come with utensils either. So it was a real survival situation.
Yeah.
And I was just having to eat this pie with my hands. And it's very important to understand that it was a loose pie. It was not
Yeah. Great way to describe. Yes, exactly.
Yeah, it was not set as much as I thought that it would be. And so it was really
tight pie.
It was not a tight pie. I thought it was going to be tight. And so essentially I've got my fingers just digging in it, and it's kind of like pudding. So I just need to explain that that's what I was dealing with. I was really enjoying it, but it was a very messy thing. So I had to put it in the fridge, and I had put the pie in the fridge some time ago before this moment. And so I get up and I go over to the fridge. That's all. And I kind of get down. I'm like, you know what? I bet this pie is set. Or I'm at least going to check. Okay. I'm going to check and find out. I'm going to give it the old poke and see if she's tight, you know?
Yeah.
And
as
so
you do.
Get down. It's a mini fridge. We're in a hotel. I mean, this is like, you know, it's a small fridge, but it's on the ground.
It's on the floor. You had to get on the floor.
So I get on my hands and knees on the floor, and I open the fridge, and I like take a little bite, you know, just a little bite, you know.
Was it?
Yeah, and it was good, you know. And so then I black out for probably 4 minutes. And I am on my hands and knees with my hands. I didn't take it out of the fridge. I didn't move it anywhere. I was on my hands and knees with the fridge door open, shoveling loose pie into my mouth uncontrollably.
Oh my God, my brain.
Making no sound.
Oh, my brain.
And so at the time that this happens, Charlie lets me know because she's watching Drive-Ins Dives while I'm doing this. I can't see the TV. I'm hidden behind a fridge door. On the floor.
That's the other thing is you're in the corner. You're hidden in the corner.
I hear Macy, they're doing the bananas. And so and I don't remember why I said my following comment.
I said, what are you doing over there? Because it suddenly dawns on me.
Because I'd been over there a long time.
It dawns on me how long you have been over. Because you just went over to, like, put your water bottle in the fridge or something. Like, a really quick task. and then tell the people what you told me. I said, Macy, what's taking so long? They're doing the bananas.
I don't remember exactly what I said, but it was kind of a guttural. Do you want to say it then? Because I don't exactly remember.
I'm on my hands and knees eating pie on the floor inside of the fridge like a dog.
It's like a dog in the fridge. Like a dog in the fridge.
In the fridge. Like a dog in the fridge.
Oh boy.
So
that was who we were. That was the people that we were that night.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then
we got to meet a listener.
Mm-hmm. We got to meet
earlier that day before everything dissolved into complete chaos, and it was absolutely wonderful.
I don't feel right saying that we met a listener. We met a friend.
100%. Absolutely. It was such a good day. And they left and we parted ways, and like multiple times that day we're like, man, we miss them.
Yeah. I remember you were sitting there. We just had like kind of a lull in the conversation. You were like, do you think it's okay that I miss them?
Yeah.
I think it's okay.
I did. I truly did.
We sent multiple silly Marcos to Kim for no reason.
Poor Kim. Oh, poor Kim.
I feel like she would get it.
Yeah. Do you remember when you were clapping?
Yeah. So Macy has apparently this bad habit of not telling me when she's about to start sending a Marco. So who knows?
Filming you.
I know. Still, you let me do it. I don't know why, but you know when you like clap your palms together and they'll like fart, you know? I was just sitting there. I was just sitting there doing that. Just and Macy starts Marco. Dude, what's funny is I just quick little plug here for Kim's podcast, Who Which Where podcast. Macy, you've already had your interview and your episode. I think we're still waiting on episode part 2 of
Yeah, we talked a long time.
I recorded mine today with Kim, so we sat down and talked for a very long time.
Yeah.
But it was funny because I was talking to her about me and you hanging out, and that's the first thing she said. She was like, "Man, that pie looked really good."
It was so good. And yeah, she got to the point very quickly after the first marker we sent. She was like, "Are y'all lit?"
Yeah,
like,
she's
like,
"Are y'all? Are you on something? What's happening?"
She's like, "High on life."
Yeah. Oh my god, I think that was like the legit answer.
Probably.
But listen, we like to start these on a light note. Okay.
Started very giggly. Wow.
Yeah. Wowza. Let's look, and that's fine because that's how we got Punch Me, you know. So there's the cuddle again.
Always.
I
I can't wear it today. I'm too hot.
It's a warm one. Yeah.
I was out in the garden earlier in the full fucking sun, and it's amazing right now. This time of year, being in the full sun is so intense. Even on like a kind of coolish day for now.
Yeah, Kim was talking about where she records her podcast. She's essentially in a closet for the sound dampening.
Mm-hmm.
But she was like, "Hey, when we record, can we do it between these hours and these hours?
Yeah,
these are the hours I won't die of heat."
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Mm-hmm.
So, I remember we were talking for a little while, then I just realized what time it is. I was like, we gotta go. We gotta end because you're gonna die.
Yeah, it's gonna be hot as hell.
But it is a Spookysode, and we have listener stories for you today. And I think we should jump right the hell into these spooky stories.
Oh, right the hell in.
Right the hell in.
Yeah.
Do you have any
Who goes first?
Occurrences that you want to keep us updated on?
Things have been pretty quiet around here lately. Well, actually, no. I did have something happen that's very strange. I haven't quite figured this one out. And I kind of quit thinking about it because I couldn't figure it out. So on my rearview mirror, I hang Jorah's collar. And it's like always on my rearview mirror, his collar and his tags. And I got into my car the other day, and it's like hooked, you know, like it's like the long skinny rearview mirror. And I got in my car the other day, and the collar was on the floor. And there's just no physical way for that. And it was buckled. It wasn't like it had come unbuckled. It was buckled, but on the floor. So it somehow would have been like pulled off of the rear view mirror, even though it was like all the way on. Like that's kind of hard to do, you know, because it's like long and skinny and the collar's not that big around. And I asked Hunter for any reason. I was like, "Did you take that off?" And he was like, "No." And nobody, I don't know how that happened, but it was like on the floor.
Strange.
And that's like one thing.
What does it mean? What were you doing? Were you doing anything in particular, like, or just getting groceries?
I just I think just like going to get groceries, like run into town. I don't know. I don't know if it's a Jorah thing. I mean, I did get Bruce. I don't think he'd be mad about that though. Like my vibe is that he's been content about it. So I don't know if he's like letting me know he's cool with it by like taking down the mantle. Or what, you know, like being like, "All right, look, you know, I'm not, you know, I'll just like, just so you know, like, you don't have to keep doing this." But I don't know.
I like to think that maybe he is like, he needed to distract you for like just a short period of time because it was like keeping you out of like a car wreck on the way home or something. Just kind of gently keeping you out of harm's way.
Maybe so.
I don't know.
What about you? Have you had any weird little funkies?
Yeah, and I just forgot what it was. Give me a moment. Oh, yeah, I had something happen the other day that does not happen to me and in this place or like around me very often. And it was weird. I was laying in bed and all of a sudden I just kept getting these like mental images of like something hanging out in a particular part of my house or a particular part of my room. Like I wasn't physically seeing it, but I was like feeling it there, and I like knew what it looked like without looking at it. And it wasn't world-endingly bad, you know, it was just a little nasty. But I don't get those. And what freaked me out is it was like pushing. It was like pushing closer and closer, you know, and it was kind of looking, but it knew I was there. It was fucking with me on purpose. I feel like it was like just kind of, I'm scared.
Yeah, being a nasty.
You know. And the thing is, what made it a particularly nasty to me is that, like, I remember thinking about how well I take care of my, like, altar space and how clean I like to keep it and cleanse it.
And
like,
scooting on over there.
It was like getting kind of like, yeah, it was kind of, and the thing is it never went over there, but it had this like vibe of like, I'm going to step over. I could do it if I wanted to. Yeah. You know, and it had a real like, your spirits are no use here, you know, kind of vibe to it. So I started doing some pushing and I started doing some, and it's always weird when somebody's like asleep next to you and you're like, okay, I need to say some shit out loud right now, or like I need to do a thing real quick, you know. And I was so worried that Clark was gonna wake up and I'm just like in bed just like mumbling to myself, but you know, I started doing a thing. And the thing is normally if a little nasty does pop up, it's like done, you know, easy fucking peasy, no effort at all. This like made me sweat a little bit.
He was a little tougher.
Yeah. And that really freaked me out. And I just remember, and it finally got to the point where I could feel, do you ever work with spirit or element or anything that just is other? And you can almost feel that like hand on your shoulder feeling of like, okay, you're okay now. You know, do you ever feel that like that? We've got this, close your eyes and go to sleep. Cause I remember I just suddenly felt safe enough to like go to bed, you know, I was like, okay, y'all got this. And I felt that, but as I was falling asleep, somebody, you just kind of got up in my ear and they're like, maybe cleanse your house tomorrow, you know, just like maybe clean up a little bit.
Yeah. Let's do some.
And I remember falling asleep and like, yeah, okay, I can do that.
Yeah, all right, I will.
But I have not had that in a long time. And to have it as you're going to sleep and to be so like defiant, it was a little freaky to me.
That is pretty freaky. That's pretty freaky.
Yeah.
Well, did you cleanse today? No.
I have. I certainly did.
He's going to come back tonight and lick your feet.
Probably. And that is the thing it felt like. It was, if it was to do anything, it wasn't going to like do anything hard. It would have just been weird, you know? It's like,
kind
I'm
of
just going to come be weird near you.
I'm just going to get like right by your ear and be like,
yeah, exactly. Yeah. Kind of give me a wet willy, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, that being said, should we flip a snack for who goes first?
I don't have a snack, but I have a Bic lighter.
Well, flip a Bic. TM.
All right. Do you want empty side or bluebird side?
I'll take empty side because, you know, I am empty inside.
Oh, such a rebel. Bluebird side, bruh.
Okay, dude. I have it on the whoopah. Open this, please, when I click on you. Where are you working? There we go. It's called Listener Stories, and the first one's yellow, and it starts off Ashley. It's Ashley.
All right, I'm gonna light up some juniper real quick.
I think you should.
As is customary.
You know why you're about to get lit up by these ghosts. Oh. Started off with some crackle.
Cool. All right. I'm going to blast it with my torch real quick.
That's fine. I need to get some of those little torches.
Dude, they are great.
I always wish I had them when I don't. And then I go to buy them, and then I'm like, I don't really need this, do I?
See, I've become so spoiled that, like, when I don't have one, I almost, like, don't even want to light things. Because, like, they light the bundles so well that it's like a lighter just doesn't do as good of a job. And sometimes I want that good burn, you know?
Yeah. And sometimes I can't light a charcoal disc with, like, a regular lighter.
Torches, yeah, big time. And it's, like, satisfying to light one of them with a torch. You just, like, blast it, and then it's done.
You're gonna fucking start when I tell you to.
Yeah, and then it does the little, like, poppies, and it's
I love that. Over. You know, I could just smell, this is probably awful, chemical, horrible, but I could just smell the smell of one of those, you know, after they light up before you put any stuff on it.
Yeah, the way they smell. Yeah, I do too. I like it. Listen, I have a story for you. This first story, sent by Ashley. It's cool. Oh, here we go. I'm going to get comfy.
It's cool.
Well, It's cool that you're from Canton, Texas, because I lived there from about age 2 to the 7th grade. I have 2 stories for y'all. Got a fella Cantonite.
Cantonian.
Got story 1. Story number 1.
Oh. We got one story? We got a lot of stories.
We got a lot of stories. It's called 2 stories.
That's the title.
That's the title. When I was about 10 years old, I lived in a house with my mom, dad, and 2 brothers. For the last year that we lived there, there was this little girl who would come visit my bedroom at night. She was roughly 8 years old, blonde hair, blue eyes, and wearing a checkered blue and white overall type dress with a white shirt underneath, and wearing her hair half up with a blue ribbon. She sounds very cute. She would come into my room late at night and wake me after my parents went to bed. We would play and just generally hang out, but she would never speak. I would talk to her for hours about stuff, and she never once said a word. I took to calling her Emily because I felt like that was her name. Even though she never spoke, I got the sense that she was not there to harm me, but be my friend. She was only ever with me if I was alone, and really only there in the dead of night. Every once in a while, my mom would come to check on my brothers and I, and every time she did, Emily would hide behind my bedroom door.
Oh my God, that's my worst fucking fear.
Terrible. That's awful.
Uh-huh.
We found out we were moving about 2 months before we did move, and whenever I told Emily, she started trying to get me to follow her. She would always walk slightly backwards as if to hide the backside of her body. Oh, this is like some Sixth Sense shit.
Yeah, that's exactly.
She eventually led me to the access point to the attic that was in the hallway directly in front of my parents' room. Oh, this girl probably fell out of the attic.
Oh.
Wants you to fall out of the attic, too.
Oh,
I wasn't allowed in the attic without adult supervision and without good reason, so I told Emily I couldn't go into the attic. Over the next 2 months, we spent most of our time together with her trying to get me to go to the attic. She seemed very adamant. Finally, about a week before we moved, I told Emily that I would ask my mom to let me in the attic the next day. So the following day, after my dad went to work, I asked my mom if I could go into the attic to look for a toy I thought was up there. She let the attic stairs down and told me to be careful and not to get off the plywood so I wouldn't fall through the roof. I went up to the attic and looked around for a few moments until I saw a little bit of a dress behind some boxes. This is so terrifying. I whispered Emily's name and she peeked around at me. I think she was worried that I was my mom. She waved me over to behind the boxes and pointed to about 2 feet behind them in the insulation. She mimed grabbing something, so I went over there and stuck my hand in to find she wanted me to find it for her. It was a tiny photo of a family. Looking closer, I recognized the little girl as my friend Emily. She said it was her father and mother. Something about the photo made me uneasy, even at 10 years old. Emily was wearing the same outfit, and for some reason I didn't understand. I didn't like her father's face. A couple of days later, we went to the library to return all of our books since we were moving. My mom let us hang out for a few hours to read. I went to the computers and started trying to find anything I could on Emily. I finally found a few things about a little girl that was killed by a blow to the head. It didn't have a picture, but it described her outfit. It was Emily. The weirdest thing about all of this was that her actual name was also Emily. Maybe she was able to communicate, just not with words. That's a long-lasting full-body apparition.
Homie, can we talk about how our brains first went to Sixth Sense?
Yeah, it's what it sounds like. You know, especially like that scene, you know, the girl like is under the bed and she pushes that box out that's like, please watch this tape. Yeah, that's spooky.
I wonder if there's something about saving energy by not speaking to like allow to be seen longer if you don't use the energy to speak.
Yeah. Ugh. I mean, that would make sense, you know, if you just kind of like pantomime
also,
and
every time I open a door, some part in my lizard brain goes, there's a ghost behind it. So
me too.
To just be that was what was happening.
Yeah.
Ew.
Yeah. Oh, woof. Story number 2. I am 25 years old and I am married, so I don't live at home. However, I don't get to see, God damn it. However, since I don't get to see my mom all the time and we are rather close, I go and stay with her I go and stay at her house to spend time with her. When I do stay, I sleep in my brother's room. He's in the army, so he isn't home. The first time I stayed over in her house, which she has only lived in for like 4 years maybe, I was sleeping with the lamp on, per usual, as I'm scared of the dark. And probably about 2 or 4 a.m., I was woken by the bedroom door opening and a dark-haired woman, who I assumed was my mom, coming into the room. I told her in my sleepy state that I was okay and to go back to bed, and then rolled over and then pulled the covers back up. She came and sat on the bed, shifting me slightly with the weight of her sitting down. She then started stroking my hair, which was reminiscent of whatever she would do when I was a child. I soon fell back to sleep. The next morning, I went and asked my mom why she came into the bedroom during the night. She said she did not and asked why. I told her what happened, and she laughed it off and said it must have been a dream. So I kind of forgot about it and didn't think about it again until the next time I stayed at her house. I stayed the night again, sleeping with the lamp on, as usual. I woke up just barely to, quote, my mom, sitting on the bed again. I don't like that. This time, she was sitting, stroking my hair, and humming an unknown tune to me. I felt safe and protected, so I went back to sleep. The following morning, however, I asked my mom, and she said that she didn't come into the room and that it was weird that I had this dream both times when I was there. I told her I didn't think they were dreams. She doesn't want to believe that her house is haunted because why would you? But I fully believe that there was a very kind ghost lady that just for some reason wanted to take care of me. Even so, I now sleep with the door locked and lamp on, and I never want to see the lady again. Is your mom sleepwalking?
I love that's where your brain goes, because immediately I'm like, yeah, she's going to lull you into a false sense of security and snap your neck. Oh. All right, our next story is from Shannon. Let me start this off with a story I can already hear you girls snort laughing at, because I still do, and I feel like a little girl again saying something naughty. My mother-in-law was married to Robert Raphael, better known in the family as Little Dick. Needless to say, his father's name was Dick also, thus I guess he was known as Big Dick, much to his wife's enjoyment. Anywho, I digress. Unfortunately, he could not handle his participation in World War I, committing suicide when his mom was 8 months pregnant with husband, or when mom was 8 months pregnant with husband. Okay, so when husband was 2 years old, mom married Richard Aubrey, known to all as Dick.
Yeah.
My husband and I had been dating for about 8 months. We've both been married before. So when we went to his parents' house to do some outside cleaning, while husband and hubby and dad were on the roof cleaning, mom, who I knew as Helen at the time, approached me and said, I just wanted to let you know that Dick and I are getting a divorce. I told her I was sad for her 41-year marriage ending, but as long as she and dad were happy, that's all that mattered to my then boyfriend and I. She thanked me and began to gush about her male friend. He had bought her diamonds, emeralds, gold bracelets. Hey, where can I get one of them? She and dad had traveled with this man and his wife for 25 years. When his wife took ill, Helen helped look after them and their 6 children. His wife passed away, and now he and mom were together. She continued on, and I inquired of his name. She replied, Dick, then nonchalantly looked at me and said, I must have a thing for dicks.
Sounds like it.
That's what I was going to say earlier. I didn't know if it was too far. I about fell out and peed my pants laughing. It wasn't for years after hubby and I got married that she really thought about that statement. And we bring it up every few years for the new generation to hear. Mom and dad lived in a really cool 2.5-story house. How do you have a half story? Is it like a
loft?
Like an attic space?
Yeah.
A full basement with a bedroom, bathroom, large work area. And she had painted it beautifully as well as made dolls. She handmade dolls meticulously with hand-sewn clothing, like Victorian dresses. It was the bomb. you can still find her dolls for sale. Ooh, hey. And a 3-car garage. The main floor was 2 bedrooms, 2 baths, a huge kitchen, chef's setup, complete with 2 stoves, 2 sinks, 2 refrigerators. Jesus! And a walk-in pantry the size of a 1-car garage. The loft, so I guess that was loft. The loft was where the pool table and dartboard was, with a rail overlooking the kitchen. The house was set back off of a dredged canal off of the St. Johns River. It was really spooky at night with the dark cedar house, huge oak trees, and 10 to 15 feet of long Spanish moss swaying in the breeze. That sounds so pretty,
That
though.
does.
Hearing the alligators bellow. Never mind, I take it back.
Sweet.
Hearing the alligators bellow and frogs chirp on 10 acres, all with no streetlights. Mom and
What does
Dad...
a bellowing alligator sound like? That's what I'm picturing. You just hear a whole bunch of like, wah!
They just sound like car alarms. Mom and Dad would tell lots of supernatural encounters, but 2 I remember the best. Due to Dad's snoring, they slept in rooms on opposite sides of the house on the main floor. On more than one occasion, they would be startled awake by the antique grandfather clock at the base of the stairs on the edge of the kitchen. It began to chime. They kept the chime feature off due to the low, boisterous, yowling chime. So even with it being turned off, it would start to chime. In the beginning, they would call the police, who would come out and find nothing, of course. One weekend, my oldest extra daughter spent the night at Grandma's, aware of the spooky stories and of the spooky setting of the house. Her and a friend slept up in the game room, feeling that they would be undetected by the spirit, and they were right. The clock struck, Mom and Dad came out, our daughter and her friend peered through the rail, and nobody saw a thing, of course. After it stopped, the 2 girls ran down and slept in the safety of Grandma's arms. On many other occasions, Mom and Dad would hear boxes being thrown in the basement. They kept assembled boxes ready to ship out dolls, molds, clothing, painting, etc. Every time they went down to check the boxes, they were neatly stacked against the wall, just as they had been when they had left them. The apparition never bothered Mom and Dad, really. It seemed friendly enough, never caused any harm, just seemed kind of playful and would visit frequently. When Mom told me about the divorce, boyfriend and I had just moved to a new home. Within a few months, things would be altered. Utensils in odd places around the house, cabinets left open, stuff like that. I can't explain why, but after a few instances, I called Helen and asked her if the visitor was still at her house. She said, "That's so weird. Why do you ask? Dick and I were just talking about how nothing has happened in a month or so."
Oh, good.
I didn't tell her, but I told my boyfriend that I thought it was his biological father, unhappy with Helen's decision to divorce and get with this third man. Activity went on for a couple of years sporadically. With our next move, we made it legal and got married, became the Brady Bunch. We moved to the country. Here country is put in quotations. We moved to the country. The spoon and cabinet replacement came with us to the new house. But, like Mom, the activity never really bothered us. But much to our dismay, ceased after a few months. We feel Dad had finally finished crossing over and was finally at peace. Our house was a long, ranch-style split floor plan. There was a long hallway on the kids' side of the house with a bedroom and bath on both sides, a large playroom, bedroom, bathroom at the end of the hall. Can you still hear me?
Yes.
Okay, I hit a thing and I didn't know if I disconnected it. At this point, we had 4 girls, ages 21, 13, 11, and 11, my biological 2 being the ones in the middle. We had an adopted son when he was also 11. Unbeknownst to me, daughter number 3, Sarah had begun her walk in the craft. Over time, she introduced me to magic and new parts of our lives just opened. One evening, I had reminded Sarah to turn her bathroom light off when she left the room. She came back and complied. A few minutes later, I returned to find the light on again. I called out to her again, and she said she and her siblings had been in the playroom / her brother's bedroom since she turned out the light the first time. I went to the bathroom and called Sarah in. I knew she was meticulous about her towels. They were evenly folded and hung vertically stacked against the mirror. At this moment, the towels were meticulously angled at 11 and 4 on a clock. So I guess the towels in the bathroom that are normally very neat and stacked are all screwed up at this point, or like in a different way. And
it's like a reverse of like Sleeping with the Enemy. You know, she knows he's back when the towels are all lined up. Have you ever seen Sleeping with the Enemy?
No, but I want to.
Really?
It's always been one of those movies that I've always wanted to see. Like, I've never actually seen start to finish War of the Roses, and I want to.
That's a good one too.
I like the halfway point is about where I always start. Okay, let's see. Our friend was back. Sarah and I took out the Ouija board, cast our circle of protection, and carefully opened the veil. We connected with a young girl who gave the number 1897. We assumed she was one of the first inhabitants of this little country town. We think her name was Anne. I am a special education instructor. My babies were taking the practice state assessments in the computer lab. The computer lab, where I work, has 2 rows of 8 computers on both sides and line the wall. Sarah and I had turned every computer monitor off, and we started out of the door. I turned to shut the lights off and found that the monitors in the row on the right wall were all turned on again. I giggled and turned them off, turning to leave again. I turned and found the other row of computers were all turned on. Sarah went and turned them all off. I would be so irritated. Just like each side is like,
I just want to go home.
We once again turned all the computers off, and yeah, you got it. The other row was turned back on. Pissy after a long day of work and tired of this game, I sharply said, "Anne, that's enough. It's time to go home." My heart became heavy in the coming weeks as we realized we would never see Anne again. I'm sorry.
Will you stop that?
Yeah. You get onto her and she never comes back. I either upset her by putting my foot down, or she misunderstood this makes sense. She misunderstood what I meant by home when she said it's time to go home. And just finished crossing over. Yeah. Either way.
Yeah, I guess I should get back to crossing over.
Yeah, oh God, I guess I gotta go home now. Heaven, here I come. Either way, we have never been visited by Dad or Anne ever again. Sadly. That is so... Dude, can you imagine? You're just a kid and you're flipping all the computers on. You're like, tee-hee, tee-hee, you get yelled at. And you just cease to exist.
Yeah, you just vaporize. Yeah. All right.
Lord.
This next story was sent in by Kayla.
Whoa.
And it starts out, buckle up.
Love that.
In September of 2019, my husband and I moved into our new home in southeastern Michigan. I was 7 months pregnant with my daughter and was already large and miserable and tired from renovation on the house. I could only sleep semi-upright and comfortably in the recliner in our living room. My husband would sleep in our bed, but clear on the other side of the house. Many evenings, I would wake up around 3 a.m. and hear footsteps coming down the hallway towards where I was sleeping. I would wake and turn to look up, expecting to see my husband coming to check on me, only to see nothing and hear the footsteps travel back down the hallway towards where my husband was asleep. I would text him and ask, "Did you just get up and check on me?" And he would reply back, "No, but I heard you get up and come down here. Was that not you?" I never felt the presence as being evil, but I felt looked at and uncomfortable. Whenever I'm in my basement, I get the same creepy, I am being watched, stalked feeling, and still do to this day. Weeks and months later, my husband and I would be sitting in our living room watching TV when we would hear a loud bang, or like something had fallen off the walls in our garage, as well as in our basement. This happened a handful of times, and it always scared me. It sounded like someone was in the house. My husband would always go investigate while I would sit frozen in fear, waiting to hear from him, yell out what it was he found that had fallen, but every time he looked, there was nothing to be found. When my daughter was born, November of 2019, the weird noises picked up. One night she was co-sleeping with us, and I had an awful dream where I imagined all three of us were in our bed sleeping, but a terrifying, grotesque hag, kind of like, or it says, think the movie Mama from 2013. Gross.
Ew, no.
That's gross. Yeah, I don't like that. Was hovering above us perpendicular, maybe 6 or so inches at most, just floating there. And she was staring directly at my sleeping infant daughter, who was snuggled right between us. When I rolled over in my dream towards the middle of the bed and saw the hag then turned her face on me sharply and opened her mouth super wide, while simultaneously grabbing my baby by the chest with her left arm, ripping her upwards and throwing my daughter out of our bed towards the ceiling. I woke up so fast, sat up, and grabbed the air before I was truly awake enough to know that it was just a dream.
Talk about mom reflexes. Damn.
Yeah. I instinctively reached for my daughter to save her, but I realized my daughter and husband were totally asleep and undisturbed. I was awake most of the rest of that night and heard shuffling noises coming from my daughter's empty nursery right next door.
No.
And was glad that she was in my bed that night instead of her crib.
Burn the house down.
Yeah, I know. At this point, yeah.
Mm-mm.
The hag showed up in my dreams for several weeks and would terrorize me. I even dreamed I was watching her crawl out from our attic space, parentheses, upside down.
Nope.
And drop and drop down directly in our hallway where she was in the doorway to my daughter's nursery. Our daughter has a video monitor, and we constantly, even as of yesterday, see tiny orbs zoom around her at night. Her room is bright and happy, but at night it gives me the creeps and feels like you're being watched. Lastly, one night a few months ago, my husband was rocking my now toddler daughter to sleep. Again, we were all in our living room and the TV was on but silent, and it was late. Everyone was quiet and ready for bed. And out of the silence, my daughter woke up, spit her bottle out, and said, "Bye-bye, bye-bye, bye-bye," pointing over my husband's shoulder. She even stuck her tiny hand up to wave at something that she saw over his shoulder behind our recliner. My husband and I just froze and just stared wide-eyed at my daughter and behind the recliner, but we saw nothing there. Not moments later, it sounded like weight shifting on our kitchen floor, like someone turning and pivoting, and we heard footsteps that went down our hallway towards our bedrooms. We didn't sleep well that night, for sure. I like to think the hag was like sitting, and then she got called out, and she was like, oh, fuck, gotta get back in the attic. Slithered up back into the attic.
This fucking baby's calling me out.
Yeah. Every few weeks since we moved in, I have Palo Santo'd and saged our home and have done floor washes as well as done salt and eggshell, front door blessings, banishings to try to make leave of whatever is attached to our house. It has been weirdly quiet for a while, and I realize by talking about this / the entity that I hope I have not disturbed them and will let you beans know if any activity begins again. We usually feel very safe and comfortable here at home, but on those few occasions in the last year and a half or so, we have definitely been spooked. Wish us luck.
Good luck, man. Good luck.
Good luck. Wow. She's gross.
You see, okay, here's my thing, though. The first couple of times, I'm terrified. But you keep coming back, I'm going to get pissed.
It would get old. If it starts getting to where it's like, I need to sleep and you keep like fucking with me in my goddamn dreams and shit.
I'm
like,
coming for you.
It. Yeah, it's like, this is enough.
I'm going to fucking evaporate you at this point.
But she sounds stubborn. Well, I mean, she's been gone now lately. So it seems like hopefully she stays gone.
Goddamn better be. Seal her off in a little fucking attic. Let her pace around up there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Wow. There you go.
There you go. There it is. Our next story is from Liv. And this one has a bit of a jostle of a start as well. It says, to set the tone, here is the phrase I want to start with. Always cover your mirrors when you sleep.
Oh, I think, did I read the wrong one?
Yeah, we just skipped one.
Did I just go down too far?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No,
I feel like I remember reading that. Okay.
So, to preface, I suffer from CPTSD and struggle with derealization frequently as a symptom from that. Dude, derealization fucking sucks. It's creepy.
I don't know if I know what that is.
Okay, so you know what what's the one where you zone out?
Disassociate?
Disassociate.
Well, that means, yeah, there kind of mean a few things, but yeah.
So it's a form of like disassociation where there's like disassociation, derealization, and depersonalization. So depersonalization is like where you no longer feel a part of your body.
I get that one.
Yeah.
That's the one that I get, like, to where it's like, I almost feel like the edges of my vision look different and like I'm just pulled a little bit halfway out. It's when my anxiety is really, really high.
But it's not super common. Kind of You can also like look in the mirror and just be like, is that me? You know what I mean?
Is that like my face?
Yeah. Is this like my body? You know, and you'll just start to, it won't make sense to you. I do it as a part of like my anxiety when I'm washing my hands, because washing my hands is a whole fucking thing. But like I'll do it and it feels like my hand. You remember that game where we used to hold our arms up and let the blood drain and then you'd feel like your arms went through the floor?
Yes. Yeah. You lay on like face down on the floor.
Yeah. Or when you like push your arms up against the door really hard and then you walk away and your arms kind of float up. It feels like that, but it feels like my hands are slipping through each other. So like that's depersonalization. Derealization is where you're surrounded, you're still you, you're still whatever, but the world itself doesn't make sense anymore. It can become like a video, it starts to look like a video game or a comic book, or it just like gets super blurry. And that's the one that
interesting.
Yeah.
That's scary.
Yeah. But that's any of those like disassociative, that's pretty common in like CPTSD, like in particular. And it can just happen and it's fucking freaky. So I currently take medicine to stop nightmares. Okay, excuse me. So they struggle with derealization. I currently take medicine to stop nightmares and just dreams in general, since all of them are horrifying. However, lately it has not been working for some reason. I've been having nightmares or just scary, weird dreams for a month or so before I had this specific nightmare.
Oh, the nightmare ones are always fucking wild.
Yeah, I like the nightmare ones, man. I have 2 mirrors in my bedroom. One on my dresser, which is facing my bed. And then they say, my apartment is a shoebox. There's no room for it to go anywhere else. And one is a crescent moon behind my bed on the wall. So first of all, you got 2 mirrors facing each other. Stop that. So there are 2. Oh, wait. Yeah, they go on. They say there are 2 mirrors facing each other, which I'm pretty sure can open portals. So that might have had something to do with the constant nightmares. So here's the dream. I want to add a trigger warning here for the unaliving of a character in a dream. Although it didn't actually happen, it'll make sense later, I promise. Let's see. There were a lot of weird parts to it, but this is the main part of what I thought was so scary. So I was sitting in this room with a couple of people, one being a woman, when I suddenly realized that I was dreaming. I remembered a TikTok.
Awesome.
That I saw that warned you not to tell people in your dream that you know you're dreaming. Fuck, dude. But in my dream, I must have forgotten that part and told the lady, oh, I'm dreaming. This is a dream.
Spilled the beans.
She looked me dead in the eyes and her whole changed. And her whole composition changed and said, no, you're not. This is real life. What do you mean? I told her, I know I'm dreaming because I saw a TikTok that said,
oh my God,
that said to tell someone here that I'm asleep and dreaming. The lady and another guy that was in the room kept trying to convince me that they were all real. That's like, this is my biggest fucking fear right now, dude. There was a different lady there as well that heard me say I was dreaming, which made her realize she was also dreaming. She must have been having a nightmare because she desperately wanted to wake up. I could tell that she felt scared of the woman I was talking to. She said the only way she knows how to wake up is to unalive herself by jumping off a cliff that suddenly appeared. The woman told her not to do it because she would not wake up, that this is real life. This is like Inception, dude. But I wasn't totally convinced she was right. She egged me on, and until she finally just jumped herself and I watched her scatter into little pieces, the lady looked at me and said, yeah, she actually did just pass away because this is real.
Whoa.
Jesus Christ.
Damn it.
So later on in the dream, a different part where I'm in a very old Victorian era house where all the carpet is velvety red and the walls were red and everything was gold and fancy. I soon realized that I was actually in the Victorian age. I was wearing the most beautiful dress and I was all spiffed up and glammed up. I looked down and realized that the woman who jumped off the cliff's pieces were in the pocket of my dress. About
That's
4
cool.
or
That's
5
cool.
small pieces. I'm picturing like Legos for some reason.
That's really cool.
She got my attention by whispering to me that she got out of the dream and she's not really dead. She's just dead in this realm.
Mm-hmm.
This is giving me the fucking creeps. I had to keep her a secret because she told me not to tell everyone that I was dreaming because it can be dangerous.
Stop telling people this dangerous bit of information. The TikTok said, don't do it.
Remember the TikTok.
Yeah, remember the TikTok.
She said I apparently was acting suspicious because the people in the house were staring at me as if they knew that I was asleep.
I like to think that they're just very honest as a person, which is why, like they now they're having to keep this secret, and it's like if they're one of those people that just like it shows when they're lying, or like it just,
they're just like
shows on their face.
I gotta be natural.
Yeah. It's cute.
I was walking around the house with a girl and a boy about my age when I came into the room, where a string orchestra of all men were playing music. The music they were playing was slow and creepy as fuck. These men had on their best black tuxedos. Their hair was all slicked back and they looked exactly the same. They were even playing their violins and such at the same exact time, making it look like one solid movement. Then the lady in my pocket whispered to me that she found a way out of this realm through a big wall-sized mirror in the room that I was in. The girl and boy
she jumped off a cliff.
Yeah, but then she picked up her pieces and put her in her pocket.
Pick up the pieces.
God. The girl and boy knew I was dreaming, but they were there to help me escape. So I had to be quick so that no one would know I was escaping. We linked arms and walked through the mirror together casually. I physically felt it through my whole body when I started walking through. It was like full body chills and a strong wave of energy just flushing through my skin. We walked through only to discover that we had walked back into the orchestra room. Dude, that's why you don't have these two mirrors facing each other.
Yeah, that's scary. That's fucking scary.
All the men stopped playing at once and looked at me dead in the eyes. Now I'm panicking because I know that they know that I know. It only then occurred to me that everyone there was playing a character. They seemed like this was just the norm. Just playing characters in my dreams. But now that I'm aware that I was dreaming, that made them angry. As soon as I realized that, all the characters turned themselves into me. I was staring at a room full of people with my face on the bodies of the orchestra men. They all stood still, facing me until I started running around the house trying to find the mirror that has now disappeared. Eventually, dude, I don't even... And I imagine they're just sitting there just fucking watching you run around.
Yeah, that's really... And just with your own face
on their bodies.
That's fucking terrifying.
Eventually, I found the mirror with the girl and boy who were running with me. The Victorian people caught up to me and warned me not to go through because I will not wake up. This is real life.
Fucking liars.
Yeah, you fucking assholes. What do you want with me? This is real life and I can't leave. They won't let me leave, in fact.
You die in the game, you die for real.
Shut up. What is that from?
It was, what was that movie? What was the name of the movie? It was,
You Die in the
Game Over? What was the name of that movie? Fucking A. Hang on.
It's really good about it. If you die in the
I can
game,
hear it.
you die
I can hear it in the commercial. If you die in the game, you die
in real life. Yeah, Jesus Christ. Okay. Are you looking it up? Or
I am.
Okay.
Okay. It came up. Stay alive.
Jesus, Mother God. Okay. Anyway, they won't let me leave, in fact. I guess I said screw it and I went through anyway because after I went through, I was safe, but still not awake. I was just in a different realm. When I actually did wake up, I don't know, I didn't know I was awake. I thought I was still asleep. But I got out of bed, took my dog out, and go to the bathroom like I usually do in the mornings.
If she walks back into an orchestra room, I'm going to I'm
going to leave because this is the worst. I hate this type of like, I'm awake, but suddenly I'm not awake. Like, I hate that.
Yeah.
Let's see. I took my dog out. I walked outside and everything was dead silent and creepily foggy. No one was outside or even parked outside, which is usual for the complex I live in. I also live near unusual for the complex I live in. I also live near a highway where you can always hear the roaring of cars and trucks, but it was silent. The only person I saw was the mailman, but he didn't have a face. It was just blurry.
You might be in a
awake.
Wrong realm. Yeah, you might not be conscious.
After I went back inside, it took me most of the day to, quote unquote, wake up. I was so scared from that dream that I didn't sleep the next night at all.
Oh, so maybe she was awake, but she was like still halfway.
Yeah, maybe she's like
had
like
one
the
foot
opposite of paralysis. Yeah, like your body's awake, but your brain's still like, what? Let's see. So I was so scared. I used to have nightmares all the time as a kid and never felt safe enough to sleep until the sun came up. I did that this time as well. I went to sleep around 9 a.m., but woke up again at around 11 a.m. For the next several nights, I barely slept and I held my husband's hand all night. So ever since that dream, all of my mirrors in my room have been covered with a towel or blanket. I wear a rubber band. I wear a rubber band on my wrist so that I know I'm awake. And I guess that is all I can really do for now. Very vivid dreams haven't stopped, but they aren't as scary as that one.
Yeah, that's a terrible dream.
Ugh. They said, this isn't a very witchy story, so maybe not very scary for you guys. No, dude, it was fucking scary.
I was unnerved.
Said it scared the shit out of me permanently, and I thought this would be a good place for it. Permanently. If you guys have any tips on how to cleanse and lock mirrors, or how to help with nightmares, please help a fellow witch out. I love you guys. Thank you so much. That's what I want to throw over to the Facebook community and say, what do you guys think? Because I don't have any suggestions. I'm not that versed in that kind of stuff.
I've heard that running water over the surface of the mirror.
Yeah.
Like spraying running water and like letting that run across and like all of the surface of the mirror is one.
Also holding it up to the sun. I remember that it kind of burns the shit out.
I remember that. Yeah, it like burned it all.
Burned it out. I like that. That feels very feels like it gets all of it.
It does. It feels good. Yeah, sterile.
Yeah. Like just there's nothing that could live through that fucking heat, you know. Well, let's see. Where's my Squadcast? Here we go. Yeah, I'm gonna throw it over there to the Facebook community, and let's see what can we do to help this person out, because there is nothing. God, can you imagine? Like, what if you just kept walking through doors, and you just open your door 5 years down the line, and you're back in that like orchestra room. You're like, I'm still dreaming. Yeah. You know, it's like a Black Mirror.
That shit. There's an episode of American Dad, of all things, called Rabbit Ears. That's kind of like that, to where like he finds like an old projection screen TV on the side of the road, and like he's sleeping with it in the basement by himself. And like when he's sleeping, the TV turns on by itself, and there's this weird like kind of like jazz show that's on, and but like there's nothing about it online at all. And so, but he notices every night when it comes on, it changes a little bit, but it's exactly the same. The dialogue's the same, but there's like little tiny things that are different, or like, you know, instead of like putting a glass down, somebody like, it's super fucking creepy. And then, but I don't want to like give it away in case it ever, but the same kind of looping type process, it comes into play to like getting out of it. It's really, it reminds me of that. It's unnerving. I hate that concept.
I don't like, those are the things that get me the most. I remember there was a no sleep story about a guy who like got an instant message from a friend and was like, I bet you can't make it through this house of horrors. And he like goes to the house, and every time he opens the door, the room gets a little bit, it's like different rooms, and they get a little, like the first one's very cheap decorations, and the next one's a little bit more, and it just gets more and more real until finally he opens the last door, and they're like, congrats, you made it through. You win the money that, you know, no one ever made it through before. You win. Yeah. He like goes all the way home, takes a shower, goes to sleep, gets up for work the next morning, opens his front door, and he's in another room of the house of horrors or whatever.
No, thank you.
And it just keeps happening like that. That fucking gets me. Have you ever had a dream?
Yeah, I don't like that.
That you were dreaming? Like, have you ever inceptioned yourself like that? Had a dream within a dream? Ugh.
Not super regularly. I'm not a big dreamer.
Yeah.
But I have done it before.
Yeah. It's unnerving. I don't like it.
Not good.
No. Thank goodness for being able to know for certain I'm not dreaming right now.
Yeah. You just got that one in the bag. I
Thank
just know
God.
for sure.
I just know it.
This is all real.
Macy, let's take a quick break from the horror, the spooks, the scares, the horror, to talk about this episode's sponsor, BetterHelp.
Sometimes when you're listening to a scary episode like this, you might want to just get the conversation going.
Yeah.
You might want to reach out.
Yeah.
And the thing is, with BetterHelp, you can do that from the comfort of your own bedroom. You can do it from the comfort of the bed under the covers in which you are hiding.
From the Hat Man.
The Hat Man.
That's right. You can send a message, like a text, an email. You can call. There's like video stuff to your counselor at any time.
And the thing is that odds are you'll be able to find a specific counselor perfect for your needs because they have a whole wide range of expertise since they are online.
And they've even had to bring on a pile of new therapists to accommodate everyone who is opening up to talking about their mental health. There will be a therapist for you, and you can change at any time. No freaking sweat. And they would love to talk to you about depression,
Stress,
anxiety,
relationships,
sleeping,
family conflicts,
trauma,
grief,
anger,
LGBT matters,
self-esteem,
and more.
BetterHelp is not a crisis line. It's not self-help. It's real, affordable, professional, confidential counseling.
And Wabeans, listeners of Wabah, can get 10% off their first month by going over to BetterHelp, that's HELP.com/witch to get 10% off that first month. All right, we're rolling back. Part 2.
Rolling back prices.
Spookysode number, I think, 16. Take 2 in the Zen room on a special day.
On a very special day.
Very special day.
Why is today special?
There was a birth on this day.
Someone burst forth from their mother's loins.
And seized the earth.
Yes.
In their tiny hands.
Changed the course that everyone was on.
Yeah. At least her mom's course. I mean, she at least did that.
Sure.
Yeah.
But not least of all, me and Macy's course. So it was changed forever. I can hear her blushing.
She's
and
turning
cringing.
inside out in front of us. It's Lyra's birthday, everybody.
Everybody, wish Lyra a happy birthday.
Yeah.
It's Monday.
Yeah.
So by the time this comes out, it'll be belated. So shame on you for waiting for 2 days. But let her know.
I mean, time isn't linear.
Time's an illusion.
You know.
That's true.
So if you wish her happy birthday when this comes out, technically you wished her happy birthday before it happened.
Oh, hold on. You know what we should do? Let's play a game. Everyone, as you're hearing this in real time, project to Lyra as hard as you can, as long as you're safe and not driving and all that. Project to Lyra your a color, just the name of a color.
That seems like that could be very overwhelming. She just gets blasted.
Are you getting anything?
That sounds great.
Everybody just send her a color.
I'm getting some purple right now.
Purple.
I mean...
Were you doing that?
No. Was that you? that was the beans, man.
Time isn't linear.
I absolutely suggested it, but then then my mind went blank. I had nothing in my head. But we do have a very special birthday. A birthday. It's not a surprise because you've very well known about it. But we've got a Mad Lib, birthday Mad Lib.
Yeah.
And are we going to make it special by making it all about Lyra and using things about her life? No.
No, it's going to be spooky.
It's going to be a spooky.
Yeah, please don't do that.
We're going to use scary words.
Okay. And because I never have the book, and I'm here today.
I figured.
I've got the book, and the first thing I need 4 adjectives.
Sinister.
Sinister.
Teething.
Bone chilling.
Jesus, hold on. You're so quick at this. You are so quick. How do you do that? Macy and I, it takes us 10 years.
It's because we're dumb.
Oh, God.
I wrote bone cooling. Okay,
Ugh.
one more.
Okay, sinister, teething, bone chilling, and slimy.
I like slimy.
Okay, now we need, let's see, one. Oh, can we zoom out a little bit here? 1, 2, 3. I need 3 numbers.
Okay, I like the numbers.
789.
789. Did you know? What is it? Why 6 afraid of 7? Yeah, I felt so. I remember that joke, and I remember thinking I was hot shit. I remember like learning it and thinking, like using it and thinking it was hot shit to tell that joke. That was who I was.
What's a misspelled word's blood type?
Oh. Oh.
Yeah, I was like,
Negative?
I don't know.
Typo.
Oh, like typo, misspelled word.
This is how fucking dumb I am. Jesus.
You had good laser face. Just a
I just zone out. Give me 2 more numbers, you guys.
so.
Spooky numbers.
What was the first number?
789.
Oh, 789. That was one number.
Yeah.
Okay, 1/2 of 0.3.
3. All right, you're up. Or somebody's up. Are you sure you have enough room?
Yeah, I got plenty of it.
I literally can't.
Did
do
my
anything with
dog
my
do
legs.
that to your leg?
Possible.
That's a good one, dude.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, they got you good.
I'm
Oh.
turning them in.
It's probably
New
Bruce.
tattoo.
Bruce is bad about it.
Well, so one more number?
Yeah, man.
8675309.
Oh, Jenny.
75309.
867. I love the dude in the background. He's there and he's charging. He's ready for it. He's back up, man.
Charging. Give me the name of a famous person.
He's famous.
Famous?
Famous.
David Bowie.
Oh.
Oh,
Fame.
That was a beautiful
from the movie Labyrinth.
on the tits impression.
Fame.
Give me a plural noun.
Bats.
Ooh, spooky.
Very, very, very to the point.
A body part.
Small intestine.
Damn, dude.
Gross. That does seem gory.
I need 3 nouns, regular nouns, 3 nouns. All the nouns.
Take it away, Ern.
Guillotine.
Oh, another.
I'm just chastity belt.
Oh my god.
I'm thinking of all of the torture devices that we saw in medieval times.
Yeah. This is stretchy board thing. Noun, one more noun.
Mace.
Nice.
Oh,
Nice.
I was confused.
Not like Macy, like a, the spiky ball thing. Wait, that is a mace, right?
That is a mace.
Body part, plural.
Plural.
Plural body part.
Severed legs.
I wrote server's legs. And the last one, this is fun. This is fun. This is a special one. I need the name of a serial killer.
Oh.
Huh. I want to be classic and go with Ted Bundy, but I think I'm gonna.
Bitches love Ted Bundy.
I think I'm gonna go a little off center and go with John Wayne Gacy.
Oh, he's a freak.
No bitches love John Wayne.
No bitches love John Wayne Gacy.
Okay, it's time for me to click this button here that says "Go Mad."
No bitches love
No
John
bitches
Wayne Gacy.
love John.
That's a T-shirt.
Yeah. No bitch ever loved John Wayne Gacy.
And it's like the sad clown face.
Yeah.
Gross. I hate it. That makes me feel
He's
dirty.
got a pretty sad-looking mugshot.
Oh no.
Sad looking face.
Life.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
Existence.
I mean,
This one's called Serial Killer.
oh my.
Except it's called Serial Killer Ad Lib. Because this is not sanctioned by the Mad Libs.
Oh, okay. This is generic.
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
Robert Forrestor was a sinister man. He was always the teething type.
Ew, 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 ew. I don't like that.
He never hurt anyone until 7, 8, 9 years ago.
I don't really fucking know, but One of those years.
He was even the one who killed David Bowie.
Whoa!
Oh no. He used different things to murder people with, even bats.
Ugh. Ew.
He once even shoved a man's small intestine into a guillotine.
Ew.
He was inspired by John Wayne Gacy. He took souvenirs from his victims, such as severed legs. He was then caught by a bone-chilling policeman because of the... oh no, guys, I can't read this sentence. He was caught by a bone-chilling policeman because of the slimy smell coming from his chastity belt.
Ah! No. Gross. Gross.
He had over 1/2 of 0.3 bodies in his home. He was sent to prison for 8675309 years.
Awesome.
Oh my god.
Oh,
That was
happy birthday.
Happy birthday!
that was the best birthday gift I've ever seen.
There you go. Oh.
Even severed legs.
Wow.
My leg.
That's the 1/2 of a third body part. Just some legs.
Lyra, can we permanently have you just here to soundboard in the background?
Yeah,
please?
we don't know how to use a real soundboard, so we just have Lyra do the effects
I
for
do
us.
a great Lois Griffin.
Do you really?
Give it.
Oh, Peter.
Oh my gosh.
Pretty good.
Whoa. Somebody hire her.
On that note, I gotta get out of here. I gotta go hustle for money at a pool hall.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
I believe that. It was, yeah, I believe it.
Okay.
All right, cats. This has been excellent. This has been excellent. All this has been excellent.
It was great to see
That
it.
was it.
All right.
All right.
Thank you.
This
Thank
is
you
where
for
I
your
leave
presents.
you. Thank you for your present.
Oh, hey, thank you for your present.
Happy birthday.
Thanks.
That's how all the best birthdays end. I'm gonna assume my normal uncomfortable sit stance.
Why don't you put it back on you in the chair?
I don't know how to explain this to people. I like to sit in a way that makes me look uncomfortable.
You just look like laser.
Well,
You look
that's
very
fine.
stiff.
All right. So we should move into our second batch of stories.
Yeah, after that intermission.
Did you enjoy that?
Mhm.
All right. Now, I don't remember who wrapped up last time. So shall we start this brand new day, brand new story time? By flipping the bic?
You finished last time.
Well, then you go then. Fine.
I know that because I edited it this morning.
Oh, yeah.
Listener, why can I not find it? I'm going to seem like such a dick if you actually didn't. All right, let me see. All right, listen. I'm going to tell you a story, Charlie.
Whoa.
This was sent in by Monet.
So it's not your story.
No, it's not my
Okay,
story.
great.
I didn't write it.
Sure.
But I'm going to read it to you anyway. You ready?
Give it.
All right. I have a story from my childhood.
Okay.
My cousins had a cabin in the woods. Great start, I know. Where we stayed for family reunions. It was in a group of cabins, so we weren't in the middle of nowhere per se, but it was pretty out there and on its own. My cousin and I were probably about 10 to 12 years.
I'm sorry. Oh.
My cousin and I were probably about 10 to 12 years old. I can't remember exactly. Old enough to be wandering in the woods on our own. We, my cousin my age, her younger brother who was probably about 8, and I were exploring, dicking around as kids do, down one of the dirt roads.
Ooh.
We came upon an abandoned cabin. It must have always been there, but we had never noticed or explored it. We went off of the road and walked through the tall grass. Up to the cabin porch. 2 porches away. 2 porches away.
I was 2 porches away.
I was 2 porches away. Before we entered, we decided to do a perimeter check. Gotta stay safe, around the house.
When you're entering an abandoned house
Yeah.
that you found in the woods,
Yeah.
you gotta be safe.
Always be safe. The porch had rotted away toward one side, and my cousin peeked his head under only to reel back, yelling. There was a dead deer that had climbed underneath the porch. It smelled terrible.
Of course
like
there
death.
was.
It had been rotting for a while. For some reason, we did not see this as an omen to get the fuck out, and we still, hey, I didn't at the cemetery either. It was like, oh, a deer. We still walked up the porch and entered the house. The door was locked, but one of the front windows was broken, so we climbed in. The kitchen was very horror movie-esque, broken teacups on the ground, shattered glass, tan sheets covering couches. There was a wooden spiral staircase that led up to the second floor. My cousin and I stuck to the kitchen, but her younger brother began wandering towards the stairs. They were broken in places and rickety. I immediately was like, don't stand on those, they could break. And he ignored me, of course, and began to climb the stairs slowly, Rustin.
Is this just you and Rustin?
Yes.
Yeah.
My cousin and I watched as he made it about halfway up before stopping. It was quiet, and he was debating taking the next precarious step, and then from upstairs, we heard footsteps. I remember them being loud, intent, and heavy. I looked at my cousin, saying with my eyes, "Did you fucking hear that?" And she looked back at me in pure fear. My cousin turned back to us and fearfully jumped back down the stairs, and we all ran out of the house.
Yeah.
After we were all back on the road, I looked back at the house, and in the window of the second floor, I saw a figure looking out. It was black. I don't know if it was a shadowy person or it was just too far away, and it had been a real person up there. All I know is we were all terrified, and that feeling is back even just typing this.
Yeah.
My cousins didn't see the shadow, and I didn't mention it. By then, we were already running back to our own cabin, and I didn't want to speak of the shadow or the experience again. Hope you enjoyed the story. I sure fucking didn't.
How do children not just constantly get fucked up by shit like this?
I don't know.
When you're young, you make such dumb decisions.
Yeah, very impulsive.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Oh boy, goodness. I've got a story for you. It's also not my story, but it is a story. It's from Fia. The spooky house is what I call the house I grew up in from about the ages 11 to 18. My parents bought 10 acres when I was 9 years old, and we lived in a trailer there while my dad built the house. I don't remember any strange happenings while living in the trailer, and my first few years in the house were fairly normal. My sister and I had basically identical bedrooms in the front of the house with bay windows.
Love a bay window.
With window seats. I really wanted to love the window seats. That ruined it for me. I was excited about these window seats. During the first several years, I developed a fear of the dark. There were often scratching noises at my window that were unsettling. And I just ignored them the best I could. One morning before school, my sister was arguing with my mom. She was showing our mom 3 long scratches on her forearm.
Demon.
Bread demon. Claiming
Bread demon.
I'll scratch you. Claiming they'd appeared overnight and that something had scratched her. My mom said that my sister must have done it to herself in her sleep. I think this may have happened again, but my sister didn't try to mention it or any other occurrences to the family after that. When she went to college, and I was 12 or 13, I moved into my sister's room. This is when things started to get creepier. The scratching noises at the window, like trees scraping against it, happened at this window too, but they came more often until it was being scratched and tapped on for hours every night.
Gross.
I would just be like, no.
I've had enough here.
Yeah, look. Eventually, I realized that there were no trees anywhere near our house.
Creepy.
Okay. I drowned out the noises as any normal teenager would with very, very loud music. Crawling!
Or why I have to scream!
Say things I don't mean! Oh, I started hearing light footsteps on the floor in the kitchen and offices, usually followed by the click-clacking sounds of typing on a keyboard. I walked into the kitchen so many times looking for one or both of my parents. Not one of these times were either of them there. Most, if not all, of these times, I was actually home alone.
That happened at the Forney house a lot. I would always hear people working in the office, and nobody was ever in there.
It was the worst at night because my
That's
bedroom,
what I mean. Yeah.
it was across from that, and sometimes the light would be on.
Yes.
And you would hear like the rolly chair.
I would
roll.
sleep in the living room on the couches pretty regularly, and it would always just sound like somebody was just in there fucking off.
Listen, there's just some ghosts trying to get their goddamn taxes done.
Yeah, that's all the time.
All the time.
What if that's your eternity?
Oh, God.
Is it's like the day before filings due?
Yeah, and you're constantly stressed.
Yeah.
And this is like your eternal payback for never paying your taxes. Oh gosh. Okay, so most of those times I was actually at home alone. This happened so many times that I started ignoring these noises. Yeah, you get to that point where it just becomes background noise. They became such a norm, as did the scratching on the window, that I almost forgot to be scared of them. At some point when I was 14 or 15, I almost died in the house. It was a minor incident, and I was saved by a dream. Maybe I'll tell that one day if you like.
Yeah.
I do wonder, in hindsight though, if something caused it, or if that was the catalyst for things that came later in my life. Most likely both. Nights were continuously fearful. I became more and more afraid of the dark in that bedroom. There were nights that I slept with the light on simply because at some point in the evening I became paralyzed with fear on the bed and didn't want to sleep off of it. So I didn't change, brush my teeth, take out my contacts, or turn out the lights. I don't even know how I got myself under the covers some nights. I don't know how often this happened, but it was enough times that I started keeping a case for my contacts nearby. I hate being paralyzed with fear.
Yeah.
It's so
It's
helpless.
It's not good. It's terrible.
Yeah. My best friend at the time, and who is still a good friend today, she admitted that every time she spent the night with me, numerous times over the years, I was always restless in my sleep. She said I always woke her up without being fully awake myself by being particularly restless or gasping, etc. Right around a certain time every night. I only remember it was at a significant time because it was either midnight or 3 a.m. Okay, one night I was half asleep and I had what I had thought could have been a dream, but I'm certain it was a real experience, Macy, with the doll. I woke up to a banging on my door. Immediately, I knew there was someone bad on the other side. Evil bad. This knocking was incredibly loud, at least mentally, if that makes any sense. I remember pulling up the covers and just continuously rattling off the Lord's Prayer. I don't remember anything else about it at this point, but eventually it was over and he didn't get in. It was one of the scariest moments I've ever experienced. One morning I woke up with 3 scratches. Ooh, again. I woke up with 3 scratches down my forearm, and they looked just like the ones my sister had shown us on hers. But I didn't bother showing my mom, because I knew that she would doubt it just the same, as she had done before. Another night. See, this is why if a kid ever tells me something,
I'm believing it.
I'm just like, yeah, okay, yep. Another night I was laying in bed, and in my mind's eye, I suddenly had a vision. Gross, of a clown's face. A very scary clown's face with a very scary feeling behind it. I'm not scared of clowns. This clown was not okay. After speaking with my sensitive, intuitive/spiritual boyfriend the next day, he was very angry, and he seemed to think it was a demonic entity. I definitely believed him. He told me that he later warded my bedroom. At least he's looking out for you. He's like, fuck you, get out of here, clown. I wasn't sure exactly what that meant until one night not long after. My parents had gone out and I was home alone. I was in the big open living room watching Cirque du Soleil because that sounds fun in a spooky house. Yeah, dude, why is Cirque du Soleil so fucking scary?
I don't know if I've ever actually seen Cirque du Soleil.
It's spooky.
Is it really?
I mean, well, it's there's a lot of clown elements. It's very like physically impressive, sure.
Yeah.
But it could very easily be kind of spooky, I think. Anyway, at some point I saw movement in my peripheral vision. I turned to look, and again, in my mind's eye, I saw a large shadow figure, humanoid, but black and faceless, and looked as though it was wearing a black hood or a hooded cloak. I froze, afraid to breathe and draw its attention. It was the entity facing my bedroom, 2 walls of which were shared by the entity in the hallway. It stood for a moment, then moved quickly as if it was running straight towards my bedroom, only to collide with the wall. It's just dumbass.
Nerd.
Stupid. Nerd. Loser. Only to knock into the wall. Where was I? It took everything in me not to snort out loud.
Yeah, I would have wanted to laugh at that a little
and
bit.
burst out laughing because for all of the world, it absolutely looked like this entity was stunned and getting up off the ground confused.
Oh my God.
Then it disappeared.
Oh, he was embarrassed.
And I let out some giggles. Then I panicked a bit, but I didn't see any more entities after that and had less trouble in my room. He was embarrassed.
Oh my gosh, so embarrassed he never came back. The jig is up.
Yeah,
The scratches aren't scary anymore. The bangs aren't scary anymore. Fucker can't even walk through walls.
After you see him smash into a
What
wall.
a shit ghost.
He's like, okay. Later, my family was reminiscing about the house, and I discovered that not only had my sister and I had these experiences, but my dad had heard the noises as well. He hadn't wanted to scare us at the time. The three of us never got the chance to compare notes because my mom immediately got scared and told us to stop talking about it. When I was 17, going on 18, and about to go into college, my parents sold the house and shut down the family business. Things weren't going so well financially because my dad had a heart attack and almost died. The medical bill... Why is my southern coming out?
The medical bill.
The medical bills. The medical bills were outrageous. That was in 2004. An old man bought the house, and later, when I checked the records, it seemed that it may have been foreclosed on. The house was then bought by a couple in their 30s. I hear the husband ended up, shooting himself in his truck in the garage.
Oh my.
That family still owns the house. Woof.
Spooky.
I can't get that mental image out of my head, dude. What a way to take the scare out of something.
Immediately.
Yeah.
And I like how because you'd think at first, like at face value, you'd be terrified.
Yes.
But the sheer, I feel like it would break your brain. It would bypass fear.
Absurd.
Because what you're looking at is so unrealistic and ridiculous that you would almost just be like, what the fuck?
You just fucking, what?
And I like to picture it like doing a little like over the shoulder back at you.
Yeah. Did
anybody see that?
I like to think that he thought he was so cool, like showing up shadowy, and he's like, I'm gonna dart into her
Gonna
bedroom,
sprint down the room and be
He's
super
like,
scary.
making sure that like he's seen by her,
And he can go through walls.
Oh yeah. You goddamn right he can.
I like to imagine too, it made a thump when he hit it.
Yeah.
Like even though he's a ghost, it wasn't just like it was like a dope.
Like shook the paintings on the walls.
Yeah. And you hear him like hit you hear like his little knees hit the ground, you know.
It's like the Peter Griffin thing. He just
Yeah. And then just disappears.
He's, shit.
Crosses over.
Was that warded?
Yeah.
And he evaporates.
It's ridiculous.
So dumb.
I love it. I love him.
Yeah. What a way to take it from scary to adorable.
Yeah, it's kind of like a Alec Baldwin and Gina Davis and Beetlejuice.
Yes.
You know, like they don't know how to haunt at first.
They don't quite know what to do.
Yeah.
They're just kind of wearing a sheet.
Yeah.
And...
He's just trying to like Naruto run down the hallway. Face first, slams into it.
Okay. Woof.
Okay.
I'm real self-conscious ever since you said I look like Laser. I'm trying to...
You don't look like Laser.
I'm trying to relax.
You just sit like Laser sometimes.
That's exactly how Laser would sit too. God damn it.
This next story was sent in by Sam.
The Samwise Gamgee?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I want to hear more about Sam.
Samwise the Brave.
Frodo wouldn't have gotten very far without Sam.
Don't make fun of me, you little bitch, Frodo.
I was listening to your second spooky episode about the black-eyed children and the MIB.
Don't do that.
And while I listened, I experienced some weird shit.
Of course.
Here we go, man. This is so unfortunately reoccurring.
Yeah. This is a thing that happens. If you've never heard the MIB, Black-Eyed Children, spooky stuff, don't.
I won't. I don't re-listen. I'm not going to re-listen. I don't. It was hard enough to record it and get it out.
Oh, and to do all the research on it.
And then the weird shit that kept happening that whole week.
Oh yeah. And then to hear everything else that everyone and here's another one. Here's another one.
I was listening to the episode while doing some cleaning around my house, and I was home alone, with the exception of my dog Gizmo.
Gizmo.
Oh.
Guillermo.
Yeah. Guillermo. Everything was going fine until the part of the episode where Macy discusses the MIB.
It's what does it.
They'll come for you. As soon as she began talking about the MIB, my phone decided to change podcasts completely and start playing another episode. That's happened. We've heard that.
Yeah.
Mind you, I'm listening via AirPods and my phone is locked and nowhere near me. And that has never happened to me before, ever. And I listen to a shit ton of different podcasts.
They didn't want you to hear.
Anyway, so I go find my phone and change back to the episode I was listening to and continue on cleaning. Still listening to the episode, I went to go bring some clothes upstairs. And as I start walking upstairs, I have this overwhelming feeling like I'm not alone and that there's someone upstairs.
Gross.
I don't hear anything or see anything out of normal, but I just don't feel safe or alone. And to make matters worse, normally my dog follows me wherever I go, even if I'm just running upstairs to grab something. And he didn't follow me this time. This time he waited for me at the bottom of the stairs.
Gross.
So at this point, I'm a little spooked. I normally don't get spooked easily. I'm listening during the day. The sun is shining. Shades are open. It doesn't matter. That episode's creepy as fuck.
That episode in particular, I'm the same way. I don't really get scared when the sun is up. But that episode...
We were on edge.
Yeah.
Like...
We recorded it in the daytime. We were still creeped out. All the creepy things that I remember happened
in the day.
In the daytime.
Yeah, it's like a mockery.
Yeah. Yeah.
Except for when my search history cleared on me. That was so fucking weird. I hate it.
They do shit with your electronics.
They do.
Yeah.
After I hauled ass downstairs, I went to our laundry room to put another load in the washing machine. However, coming back into the living room area of our house, I was hit by the most intense metal or metallic-like smell.
Ew.
It's so strong that I'm looking to see what the hell the cause is. And after a few seconds, the smell disappears. I have no clue what it was, if this was a coincidence or if this is somehow related to the episode. I remember Macy saying she experienced some weird shit while researching. I know I'm not far along in the podcast yet, but I'm curious if anyone else has listened to that episode and experienced anything. Oh, yeah. So many. So many. I swear we've probably gotten 40 emails at this point. Mm-hmm. I frequently hear things in my house, even as I write this. I've heard noises upstairs and a door shutting that I will not be investigating. My husband is in the military and we live in England. When our neighborhood was built, an excavation turned up some very old Anglo-Saxon graves, complete with horses. But I have to say, I've never felt the overwhelming presence that I experienced yesterday or the fear that accompanied it. Thanks for reading this super long story.
We take no responsibility.
Nope.
Wabah washes its hands.
Yep. We made it.
This.
That's all we can say.
Yeah. We made the episode.
It has a life of its own now.
Yeah. I've got a story from Jessica. Jessica. There it is. Damn it. Story number one. Oh, now you're the one clicking.
I am not.
Oh, it flashed red. Oh. Did you not click?
No, my hands have been just like this. I've not done anything.
Okay, great. Cool. Yeah. We talked about the MIB and here they are again. Story number one. I was playing a video game called Phasmophobia. Oh. With my younger brother and cousin and a friend. To summarize the game, you're basically ghost hunters trying to figure out the type of entities haunting specific locations.
Lit.
Dude, I've thought about, I have wanted to like play this with y'all before.
Really?
Yeah, like it looks like a good time. And I've been like, I wonder if Macy would ever be down to play. I don't know who else we would play with, but like, you know.
Let me pop one of these ambers. Tell me about it. What are we talking about here? What kind of...
So it looks sort of like, if I could compare it to any, well, I don't know if, it's like a really... not as good version as like picture like Grand Theft Auto people, right? So you get your own little person, you get to embody your own little person, and you just have this book that tells you like, okay, this type of ghosts will do these things, you know what I mean? But you have to wander through the house or school or whatever, and you have to look for these signs, and the game can kind of hear you, like you can call the name of the person and they'll come and find you and stuff, but it's actually pretty spooky.
Neat.
But not like five nights.
I don't like the jumping.
Yeah.
I like the good long creep.
Yeah.
I don't like the sudden jump.
I feel like it's a good long creep. And then after if you get caught by the ghost and you die, you still get to wander around and like hear everyone and see what they're doing.
Like a ghost too.
But they can't hear you. Cool. So the whole time you're just like listening, you're like over there. Okay, let's see. You're basically ghost hunters trying to... Yeah. This one night we managed to find a Ouija board in the game. With the Ouija board, you are able to ask questions to communicate with the ghost to see where the entity could be or to narrow down the list of entities. So I decided that I'll be the one asking the questions. As soon as I asked the first question, I felt a cold breeze behind me in real life, but I didn't think much about it. I asked about 5 or 6 questions before my brother told me to get out of that room because my sanity was low and the entity can easily kill you. Yeah. So in the game, you have a sanity bar.
Okay.
So the more crazy shit your character experiences, the more your sanity goes down.
Sure.
The more your sanity goes down, the easier you are to kill. Not in real life.
Yeah.
He's like, get out of your sanity's low.
Okay, that's where I was. What?
Let's see. Because it can easily kill you. Okay, within these 10 minutes, my room in real life was feeling a bit colder than before. When I left that room in the game, my younger brother said, hey, your mic kept making static sounds, which is weird because it never does that before. And then he tells me it happened while I was using the in-game Ouija board. I didn't think much of it because of technical difficulties. I told him to let me know if my mic does it again. That game ends and we play 4 more. And each of those we do come across the Ouija board again, but I didn't use it until the last time. As soon as I asked the first question, is someone here? My younger brother blurts out, it did it again, but keep going. So I started asking other questions. Midway through my second question, I felt something very cold touch my shoulder, and I stopped talking. My dog ran out of the room at the same time, and then my character dies. After that game ended, I turned off my computer without saying anything, and I went to talk to my brother about it in his room. This happened in December 2020, and I still wonder if it was my imagination.
That's weird.
I like to think that the ghost just saw a Ouija board.
Yeah.
Didn't really
I'm gonna fuck with them.
Yeah. Oh, they're trying to really talk to me. You know. Story number 2. This was on Christmas Eve, and my grandmother was spending the night in the guest bedroom. I was in a Discord chat with 2 of my friends around midnight. My dog was laying on my feet. We were talking about random things. I noticed that my dog lifted his head off my feet, and it felt like someone was standing next to me. My initial reaction was that it was my grandmother, and she had walked out of her room to ask me something. But when I looked to my left, I just saw a white silhouette that disappeared within a few seconds of me looking at it. I pretend to not see and continue doing what I was doing. A week later, my grandmother was staying over again for New Year's. This was on December 30th. I got home from work around 3 p.m. and my younger brother calls me to his room saying, this morning I saw a lady in a white dress sticking her head in the guest bedroom, but I assumed it was Tia. Tia is aunt in Spanish. But she had not arrived by that point, by the way. Grandma was sitting on the couch looking towards the back door, and Mom was doing something in the backyard. I go back to my room, and a few minutes later, my mom calls me from the kitchen. As I'm walking toward the kitchen, I see the lady in white again at the end of the dining room, but her back is facing me. I then hear knocking, and I look at the front door to see Tia knocking, and when I looked back, the lady in white was gone. I don't like the back to you
I don't either.
thing.
No.
After he told me his story, I told him about what I saw, or when I saw the silhouette the week before, and if he sees it, to not acknowledge it. If he sees her again, to not acknowledge her. The strange thing is that the lady in the white dress appeared when my grandmother spent the night. I'm not sure if something has attached itself to her, but I've noticed she's been more anxious.
Oh.
Huh. I feel like this is an incomplete. Is your grandma okay?
Yeah.
Should we all...
Do we need to kick this bitch off of her?
Yeah, do we need to come help?
She have some like sad Victorian woman just latched onto her who's just like, oh. I love how we went exactly the same place with that.
I knew it was nowhere else to go. I'm just gonna put my back to you.
Yeah.
Be sad. Let's all the beans show up on the lawn and get ready to blast this bitch out. all the listeners, every single even if they've even heard 2 seconds of the podcast, everybody show up, hands out, magic blazing.
Yeah. Blast the bitch out.
Blast the bitch out. Dumb.
All right.
Be chanting that.
Okay.
Sorry.
This one's making me uncomfortable because I can see that it's about Bloody Mary, which really freaks me out.
Really?
Yes.
I did not know this about you.
I've never done it, and
I've
I
never
won't.
done it.
I'm not playing that game. All right, this was sent by Rain. How pretty is that, Rain?
Rain.
Hi, I'm a new listener of your podcast, and I love the topics you guys talk about.
Whoa.
I'm trying to get into scrying / divination, but I'm hesitant because of this spooky experience. I was about 11 or 12, and I was hanging out with a friend and her neighbor kid. That's how it is when you're kids. They're just neighbor kids. You might not ever see them again, but you have like one memory of this random kid.
Yeah. You're not even sure if you got their name at the time.
No, yeah. At this time, we were watching horror movies and spooky games you would play as kids, like Bloody Mary.
Oh.
We were absolutely obsessed with that game. To me, Bloody Mary is not a real spirit. It's just like another Jane, John Doe name for spirits / entities. We played the game at a neighbor girl's house. That's not by it means haunted. It was a modern home. We did the game in a small powder room bathroom where only one person could fit in. No. And I was the one that played the game the most because the other two were scared. One of the times I went in, pitch black. I was super focused, and I saw for at least 2 split seconds in the mirror 2 solid shadow figures behind me. I screamed and ran out, and they were asking me what was wrong and what did I see. I drew out one of the figures for them. They told me to go back in there because once again, they were scared, and I was the only one saying this. Second time, I went in. Dude, as you already had way bigger balls than me as a 12-year-old.
I know. But to go back again.
Yeah,
no
fucking way.
Yeah.
I would be gone. Gone.
I don't think I would have even told my friends what I saw. I'd be calling my mom, like, can you come pick me up?
You know that scene when Forrest Gump just runs out of his house?
Yeah.
Like, that's me. That would be me. And I wouldn't say bye. I'd run all the way home.
You wouldn't pack anything.
No.
You would run across America for like 2 years.
Yeah. Just to forget.
Yeah. And when somebody asks you why, you just say, I like running.
I just like running. Second time I went in, I was way more focused to the point that I was getting obsessive. I'm not sure if I was getting possessed because I could not feel anything. I felt no emotions at all. And I felt the most calm I ever have in my life. I didn't see anything this time, but I was maybe either possessed or tranced myself by saying Bloody Mary a lot. I came out of the bathroom very calm and tried getting out of that state, but I couldn't. I couldn't even talk, maybe small words. That's about it. My friends knew I was not myself and asked me what was wrong, and I wasn't able to tell them. I stayed in this trance state for 30 minutes. After that, I could not look into a mirror for months because of what happened. My second theory is I tranced myself because when doing mirror scrying, you have to be tranced to see what you will see in a mirror. Luckily, no entities followed me after that incident happened, but I feel I want to do mirror scrying again and use it in my craft. I have a feeling I won't be able to trance myself unless I use Bloody Mary. You probably still can.
Yeah. Cleanse the mirror.
Yeah, you can just pick a different incantation. Probably what did it was just the repetition.
Yeah.
It's just that kind of just helps induce a trance state.
Pick a mantra, but like a nice mantra, like not Bloody Mary, not Bloody Mary.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to say it a third time. Also, the first thing that came to mind when they said like they could only say like small short words is sugar water, more sugar water. Okay. Our next story is. I don't know if it came out like that. Our next story is from D. That's right, the D Reynolds. Sweet D. I have 3 stories. I tried real hard and I kind of fluffed it at the beginning, but it turned out okay.
It sounded like a dove.
3. I have 3 stories. Feel free to share what you'd like. I'll use the sandwich method of good, not so good, and good.
Hey, I like the honesty.
Yeah. Before departing on this move, I stopped to visit my parents who still live in my childhood home. An adorable 1920s bungalow home with a sprawling garden. My parents are kind people with a soft spot for rescuing cats. Not too long ago, their very affectionate tuxedo cat Marcus passed unexpectedly. As I walked in the door, I felt the sensation of a cat rubbing against my leg. I looked down to scoop up their living cat, Trudy,
Trudy.
Trudy.
Cute.
She put in parentheses, toots. But she was not even in the same room. I told my parents. They shared a knowing smile and said that they believe it to be Marcus, and they can feel him jump on the bed at night or when they go to put their shoes by the door. That's sweet.
Sweet little Marcus.
Little Marcus and Trudy. Toots.
I love the name that I like the names they pick for their cat. I like people names for animals.
Yeah. Bruce.
Bruce.
My husband and I are high school sweethearts and have been together for 13 years now. I lost my place because I fucked up. There has always been a sensation of being drawn to him. The first time he wrapped his arms around me, there was such a strong sensation of home and wholeness. I knew in my bones that he was my person. Just a little background, so you understand why I didn't get the hell out of Dodge when weird shit started happening. The first night sleeping over, I awoke to him standing on the bed, straddling me, glaring down at me. I promptly hauled ass and flipped on all the lights, startling him awake. He was completely unaware of what had occurred. This was just the start. His night terrors continued to progress over the years. We bought our first home, a 1900s adorable cottage, only to have the night terrors and shadow people become more prevalent. Yeah, man.
Mm-hmm.
His depression was also developing. Paranoia, along with an overwhelming sense of dread, also came. A good night's rest was hard to obtain. He was frequently awoken to looming black figures or the crawling sensation of being watched, sending him into a panic. Being raised extremely conservative with no experience or knowledge of shadow people, I was at a loss on how to help. Leaving Christianity years ago, I was developing into a baby witch and started to research and understand what was going on. I started cleansing and attempting protections, feeling a bit silly at times, as always happens. Mm-hmm. Among the countless scary nights Among the countless scary nights where we feared our lives were in danger, there was one occurrence we were able to laugh at. I was asleep. My husband jolted upright in bed, clapping his hands and yelling at the quote-unquote cats to get off of his clothes he had put out for the next day. I reassured him that there were no cats on the dresser, and he replied, half awake, "Wanna fucking bet?"
I love sleepy people talking. I know. It's so funny.
And I love the phrase, "wanna fucking bet?"
And I can hear it like, "Wanna fucking bet?"
Yeah. You wanna fucking bet? I know there's goddamn cats over there.
What a fucking bet.
We ended up selling our first home after about 5 years, and moved 4 hours away. While he still does see shadow people, it is no longer as prevalent as it was. He's in a much better place mentally and spiritually. Frequent cleansings, protections, and a dream jar seem to help. They just love to fuck with him when we sleep, and I need my 8 hours. So anymore, and I'm more pissed off than I am freaked. I get that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I am stronger and more confident in my practice. A huge thanks to the both of you. Oh my goodness.
Oh.
We have been on the road for 1 week now with our move to the Pacific Northwest.
Say hi to Bigfoot for me.
I was going to say hello to all the ghost problems you're about to start having again.
Yeah, there's a lot of that up there too.
We've been exploring and camping along the way. Thankfully, no shadow people have been seen. No, you get less shadow people up there and more like aliens and Bigfoots.
High strangeness. Yeah.
While I hope that this will be the end, I know that he is still plagued by seeing them and still experiencing night terrors. And we have This Is My Mother's Story, back in my childhood home. My older brother was 4 years old. They had recently moved in, and he was prone to rolling out of bed. One night, the telltale sign of him falling out of bed, hitting the floor, woke my mom up. She entered his room only to find him awake and securely tucked into bed. She asked him if he had fallen out, and he said yes, that the nice lady put him back to bed. You can see her on occasion out of the corner of your eye, never appearing as clear or as strong as from that one incident that my brother saw. I had a friend over one day, and she, off the cuff, asked if my home was haunted, to which I replied, yes. All she said was, a woman just walked across your kitchen. Let's see.
That's so casual. What a casual exchange.
Yeah. Is your home haunted?
Yeah.
Oh, just saw a lady walk across your kitchen. Jeez. Perhaps I will have some spooky stories to share from Washington or
Washington.
Washington. 6'11". What is it? Weighs a fucking ton.
On a horse made of crystal, he patrolled the land with a mason ring and schnauzer in his perfect hands. Here comes George. In control.
Oh, God.
Women loved to snuff in his gallant stroll. Ate opponents' brains and invented cocaine.
That's right.
He's coming. He's coming. He's coming. That I wasn't able to remember that. I had to keep going because I was finally remembering it. Wow.
He saved children, but not the British children.
That's right.
He saves children, but not the British children. Okay.
Oh my God. What a classic.
Oh my God.
What a classic. I'm proud of our brains.
Yeah. He once held, what does he say? An opponent's hand's wife hand.
Something I don't remember. In a bunker. Or when there's something like, no, that's fucking no. At a party. Yeah, and it had the same
in a jar
timing.
of acid.
Yeah, at a party. Yeah, that's it.
In a bunker.
In a bunker. Will lead us to kings.
This is the podcast now.
Yeah. Sing song.
We're fucking lead us
to kings.
And after the smoke had cleared.
Sydney wrote this story.
Yes, thank God. Thank you, Sydney.
I gotta break the loop.
Yeah.
All right.
Wait, no, this should be Bella.
Can I do it again? I don't know why I want to skip Oh, it's just a little boy. Okay. This was sent by Bella. Last August, I was up at my cabin in the middle of the Albertan foothills with a couple of friends. The cabin we were staying at was formerly owned by an older Ukrainian woman and was bought by my great-grandparents after she passed away. They owned the cabin just up the hill from it. In turn, when my great-grandparents passed, the cabin was given to my granny and her sister and is now visited by most of my family throughout the year. Anyway, my 3 friends and I were around the campfire during the evening, getting a little high, having some good old laughs.
Getting a little high.
Now, I'm sure you both know that cannabis can help connect you to the other world.
I don't know anything about this.
And the spirits and ancestors around you. We were looking up at the stars, listening to some chill music, and I started to feel 2 presences behind me. It was like they were looking up at the stars with me.
Aww.
And I knew right away that it was my great-grandfather and great-grandmother. I've never met them. My great-grandmother actually passed within a week of my birth. Nevertheless, I've always felt a special connection with them, and that evening was extra powerful. I immediately started crying and just enjoyed this moment with my grandparents as I looked up at the sky. I think about them every time I stargaze now. Keep doing the podcast and being your wonderful selves.
Listen, A, can do. B, homie, what a nice afterlife.
That's so sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just go stargaze with your wife, your
your
partner,
partner.
or whoever. Yeah. Beautiful. Maybe get to meet your great grandchildren one day.
Yeah. As they sit by a fire. Neat.
Our last story comes to us from Sydney. The
Sydney.
person, I guess, not the place. Yeah. The whole, everyone in Sydney, Australia got together and experienced this at once. All right, so here we go. A little background on the house. I love a good haunted house story. First of all, I'm just going to say that. Mm-hmm. The house that this took place in was built in the early 1930s by my great aunt and her husband, as well as her brother. They didn't have a lot of money, and the land was farmland. The first to pass was her husband, which she buried on the land in 1945. Following her husband was her brother about 10 years later, who was also buried on the property. My aunt cared for the house and the farm for years to come and took pride in everything. My aunt lived much longer and was finally buried with the rest of the family in a cemetery away from the house in 2002. My family was gifted the house where I grew from 7 until I left at 22. My parents still live there with my youngest brother. I was about 17, so 10 years ago. My parents and brother were in Florida for Easter, and I was at home in Detroit by myself. I had work and the 2 dogs to take care of, which I don't mind. This was the first time I'd been alone in the house, but I had no worries. Weird things had happened before, but never anything bad. After a long day, I curled up in bed with both of my dogs and went to sleep. At some point, I woke up to creaking on the floor. It startled me, but I assumed it was the dogs. To ease my anxious mind, I looked over, and both of my dogs were fast asleep on the bed. Great. I heard the creaking and felt like it was getting closer. Then I started to see a shadow coming down the hallway. Fuck off.
God damn it.
I closed my eyes hard, but kept hearing the creaking.
No.
I opened them back up, and the creaking stopped, but the shadow was still there.
God, that's like that scene in the Babadook. I hate that
Oh,
shit. I
just
hate that shit. You hear it
blah, blah.
coming, you know,
Yeah.
and it's just coming.
Gross.
Oh.
After a few moments, the creaking started, and the shadow moved away from the door. I took a deep breath and then laughed and said, "Whether you be my aunt, uncle, or her brother, hello. Thank you for checking in on me." And I went back to sleep feeling like nothing in the world could touch me.
Oh, see, they were good.
Huh.
They were good.
Have you ever had an experience like that where it's like creepy, but then you kind of feel that calmness? I think I always pretty much immediately know when it's good or bad.
I don't think so,
Yeah.
because I don't usually have anything. It's never usually a sense of calmness. It's
Yeah.
usually I can handle it, but I
Mhm.
don't know if it's ever a sense of like calmness. You know, but I don't have very much like human interaction, like spirit interaction.
Yeah, I feel like here, if something was to like stand in your doorway and then walk away.
I it depends.
Yeah.
Depends.
Yeah.
On a lot of things. It can either be all right as rain, or someone might die.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah. You're gonna show up, like you're gonna like show up at my front door in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
I need a place to stay.
I'm moving in with you.
Yeah, I live here now.
Yeah.
I am City Mouse now. Well, damn, I quite enjoyed our stories on this special listener-sode.
Yeah.
Listener story.
I like doing these every now and again. They're fun to record. They're real cozy, and we have so many stories.
Yeah.
It's a good way to
I like
get through
it
some.
in a selfish way, and I'll tell you why. I really enjoy listening to spooky stories.
I do
and I
too.
feel like I get more spooky stories this way.
Yeah,
You know, I'm a little
Yeah.
selfish.
it's nice.
So if you would like to submit your spooky story, do so by sending an email to wbahpodcast@gmail.com. Please put spooky somewhere in the subject line so we can find it.
Yeah.
We read them as they come in, dudes, and
There's a lot.
don't expect it, like if you write it tomorrow, don't expect it to be like on the next one.
No, it's not gonna happen.
But thank you everyone for being patient. I feel like we're getting kind of, we're getting
we're at least chewing through
we're
some.
chewing through.
Yeah.
We're kind
Hence this episode.
Yeah.
We burned through like
Yeah.
14 of them.
Yeah, we never thought we were going to get as many people telling
Yeah.
us their stories.
Yeah.
So-
When we were screaming at everyone to
send us your fucking
yeah.
stories. Give us content for free.
Yeah. We got it.
I feel like our next spooky-sode is going to, it might be the opposite of this
Yeah.
one.
I think we're gonna
Yeah.
be doing some shit the next one.
Yeah. So we'll see you guys again on the next spooky-sode in 10 episodes.
Yeah, it flies right by.
Hell yeah, dude. And until then, if you are interested in advertising with the Witch Bitch Amateur Hour, you can send us an email. just send us one email.
One email.
Yeah, send us an email and say, hey, I made my own handcrafted toilet paper. Are you interested in selling it? Bless you.
It was very sudden.
Okay, Jesus. We have an Instagram at Witch Bitch Amateur Hour. Come meet with us on Facebook at Witch Amateur Hour. We have a Twitter at Bitch Hour. Is there any news that we need to?
News.
News.
We have our experience episode coming up. That'll be coming up. We can talk about it.
Certainly do. We
Yeah.
have. Is this the first time we're really talking about it?
I
or
think
have we
so.
said?
Yeah, it's on the books to be recorded, but we're gonna sit down and get we're gonna do like kind of like our aura chakra kind of episodes. Was that experience? We're gonna be getting our birth charts done.
Yeah, dude.
Y'all are gonna learn all about us.
Yeah. And everyone out there who's a lot more versed and like knowledgeable in astrology, I feel like they're just going to be able to read us.
Yeah.
Like they're going to know everything about us. And the good thing about this is it's not just me and Macy going, my moon is in this and my sun is in this.
Yeah.
We're actually speaking to like a professional.
An astrologer.
Someone who knows their shit, and it's not just us reading like cat memes about our signs or whatever. And I think it's also going to be interesting that you and I can ask questions about ourselves and all that, but we can also like ask questions about how we interact with each other.
Yeah, and we're going to be sitting in on each other's readings.
Yeah.
Or like, birth chart reading. And so I'm very excited for that. I can't wait for just being like, that's right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can't wait for that one time where it's like, I never feel like I resonated with that part of my birth chart. And then the other person would be like,
yeah, right, bitch.
Loser. If you are so inclined, we also have a Patreon, and we have Rocco and Laser.
I just got the video.
Are you serious?
I'm dead serious. He just sent it to me.
Oh my God.
I haven't seen it yet, but I didn't say anything. You were reading a story and it came through and I got a link. It's called Ghost Antagonizers Lucius McElroy and the Swan Demon.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
The Swan Demon.
That's the thumbnail.
So perfect.
Yeah.
So Rocco and Laser 2.
This is episode 2.
Episode 2,
Yeah.
Lucius McElroy, the Swan Demon, will be hitting up a Patreon near you very soon. And we also got all the extra bonus content. Check it out, patreon.com/wbahpodcast. And until then, stay spooky, my friends.
It'll be spooky season before we know it.
I'm ready for it.
It's this year has really flown by. It's coming soon.
Well, I was thinking about how close Anahata's is.
I know,
in September.
Dude. We're probably gonna get it. I'm gonna look when you're heading back, and I'll send it to you tonight. But we should probably buy our tickets in the next day or two, and I'll send you the flights.
Yeah. What if that's the reason we don't make it? Is because we just fuck around and don't get.
No, I would like to go ahead and get them because gas just keeps getting more and more expensive, and they're gonna just keep getting more expensive. But we should just go ahead and bang it out.
And I'm not saying who because I'm not at liberty, to share anyone else's information. But let's just say Macy and I are going to Anahata's Purpose, and we know a solid fucking couple of people, for sure are also going, and we're ready to make it shake the bean can a little bit.
I can't fucking wait.
Can we talk about? I know this isn't technically like we're not really giving. If you want information, go to anahataspurpose.com or you can search it or whatever. However, the classes, we were talking about the mace flow class where you do literally flow with weapons, which is lit,
fucking badass.
The fucking Winhoff method.
I can't wait for that. I cannot. That's something I wanted to learn anyway when I saw the Wim Hof method.
Do you feel like you're gonna?
Excited.
Are you battling something with that?
Like
is it it's a face to face?
It is. It's a conquering thing for me.
Yeah.
And there's a fair amount of like alleged health benefits that come from cold water submersion and doing that. But I just want to overpower this cold issue that I have and kind of learn the way to do that.
In the future, when you think you're cold, you'll just think back on that and be like, no, bitch, that was cold.
Yeah. So I'm excited for that.
So you can see the classes, see everything that's going on, get your tickets over there, do that. I'm leaving now because...
We have a code, brah.
Oh, dude.
Yeah. WBAH. Code WBAH.
Code WBAH.
Get $10 off your ticket, brah. Yeah. Yep. I thought that's where you were going.
I'm leaving now because I'm excited and I want to watch this video that we just got from Richard's Kitchen.
Richard's edited by Richard. Check him out on YouTube.
RichardsKitchen.com.
Like deadly serious. Actually, check out Richard's
Please
Kitchen
do.
on YouTube.
Yeah, for sure.
It's a good time.
Pizza
meal.
Pizza meal. If you watch one thing, watch Pizza Meal. Thank you very much. Leave a comment. Say which bitch sent me.
Yeah, please do. I would just be curious to know that measurement. You know, like the track to track that.
Formal call to action. Go to YouTube, search Richard's Kitchen, who is not only the editor for the Rocco and Laser videos, but fucking funny.
Really funny.
And just find the one called Pizza Meal?
Pizza Meal's in the title.
Yeah.
You've got to be able to find it.
Yeah. And leave a comment. Say, well, boss sent me. And I want to see
what we can
know. See if we can blow up his YouTube with just a comment. He'll just get a bunch of comments one day that's like, well, God damn it.
Fuck. I don't need this.
Leave me alone. You already make me edit your goddamn stupid videos. He's like, I'm making actual funny shit over here. Okay, with that, I'm leaving. Goodbye.
All right. Let's watch.
Dova. Dova. Ah! Get your fucking cans on.